Quick, chase. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
Beggar, run.
Queenpin, the wife of Li Wanliang.
I want to be with mommy.
Listen, don't ever let Li Wanliang, that bastard, find you.
The film
Run.
was translated
Chase, don't let that
and
woman run away.
narrated by Avenges.
Beggar, run. Run, run.
Big brother, that kid fell down.
Beggar, Beggar.
Dr. Zhao. This child's face is smashed like this. Even his family won't recognize him. After he's cured, right? There's no other way. Staying alive is more important. Operate quickly, don't talk nonsense. Don't worry. Auntie will definitely cure you.
Mommy. I will definitely avenge our whole family.
Mommy. Teacher Powney, when will we have class?
Our Kong is so close to Teacher Pao and I. That's good too. I'm going to prepare for the wedding with Wanliang. Kong will trouble you.
Mrs. Li, don't worry. I will definitely teach Kong well. Kong. Where are you hiding? Are you playing hide and seek with the teacher? I know where you're hiding.
I'm sorry, Teacher Powney. Let me help Teacher Powney wipe it.
Let me do it myself.
Teacher Powney. What are you doing?
I want.
Teacher Powney, you.
Kong. Found you. Let's go with the teacher. Chairman Li, what did you want to say just now?
Nothing. It's nothing.
I'm sorry, madam. I didn't mean to. Do you know how much this haute couture wedding dress costs? More expensive than your life. Don't you want to live anymore? Madam, I'll help you sew it up. You mean, let me wear a torn wedding dress to get married? Are you deliberately cursing me? Madam, I didn't mean that.
All right. She didn't do it on purpose either. Just buy a new one.
If I could buy a new one, I wouldn't have to waste my breath on her.
Madam. The design of this wedding dress is very simple. I can help you alter it.
The film was
Really?
translated and
Then thank you,
narrated
Teacher Pao
by
and I.
Media.
Shenyo. You rely on this kind of trick to get Mrs. Li's position, gaining favor through seduction. Beauty fades, love wanes. I wonder how long your Chairman Li can love you. Chairman Li.
What are you doing here? Who let you in?
I'm helping Madam tailor the wedding dress. Madam left in a hurry and didn't have time to ask her size. So I can only come and look at her clothes. See the size.
See the size, this dress. Can you tell what size it is? Madam's figure is erratic. No matter how suitable the clothes are, I understand Madam's size better than anyone.
Then Chairman Li, help me measure it.
Teacher Lin, please be aware of your position. Don't do anything out of line again. This time, I'll let it go. If there's a next time, I will definitely fire you.
That's impossible. Am I not charming enough? Or has Li Wanliang changed his nature?
Why are you still standing there dumbfounded? Do you want Madam to see it? Put the clothes on. Don't catch a cold.
So you're playing the game of hard to get.
How dare you hit me?
Didn't Madam hit me too?
You shameless thing. You've become restless as soon as I left. Hitting you is a light punishment.
It's not what you think. You've misunderstood Teacher Powney.
What am I thinking?
Teacher Powney borrowed a piece of your clothing from me in order to keep the size consistent when altering the wedding dress.
Madam doesn't believe me. Don't you believe Chairman Lee?
Then you still can't hit me. I'm your employer.
Our relationship is a two-way street. I am Kong's tutor, not your family servant. I advise Madam to figure things out before losing your temper next time.
Aren't you afraid I'll fire you?
Be my guest. When Lee Kong fails to meet the admission standards for Jiangqing First Academy, don't blame me. Madam, if there's nothing else, I'll go prepare Kong's dance lesson. Once the seed of doubt is planted, it will take root and sprout.
The film was
Does it hurt?
translated and narrated by M Media.
If you don't apply some medicine now, your face will probably be swollen tomorrow.
I don't think there's any need for that. If Madam sees this, I estimate the ointment afterwards will have to be applied all over my face. Kong, are you hiding again? If you want to be a vixen like others, you have to hide your tail well.
Kong doesn't have dance class today. Teacher Powney, don't you remember?
I'm sorry. I remembered wrong.
Since Kong doesn't have class, why doesn't Teacher Powney teach me to dance? How dare you hit me?
Chairman Lee told me to teach you. What? Didn't understand. Do you want me to teach you again?
What? Taking Teacher Powney's class. Do I have to suffer so much?
No pain, no gain. Only then can you be above others.
It doesn't matter how much I suffer, as long as I can get something sweet in the end.
Can you endure this kind of hardship?
Now you can set your mind at rest.
Teacher Pao and I, temporarily safe.
Shenyo, you're nothing special either. Kong is thinking about mommy and dad. Which dress should you wear to the wedding banquet?
These two dresses. Why are the colors the same?
How could these two colors be the same? This one is red. This one is green.
Then choose red.
Why do you like red?
Because my dad likes it. Mommy wears red clothes.
Is that so?
Who allowed you to be here? What do you want?
Nothing. I'm just here to get some air.
What happened during the day isn't what you think, Teacher Powney, about you. I have no ulterior motives.
Chairman Lee's gaze towards me before wasn't like this. How did it suddenly change? Could it be that Mrs. Lee is hiding behind the curtains again?
You are indeed a smart woman. But these smart women often don't have good endings.
They don't have good endings because they aren't smart enough.
Who exactly are you?
I am Lee Kong's tutor. Lin Powney.
Husband, who are you talking to?
I'm preparing for the wedding.
Wedding matters? Why are you doing it behind my back? Are you perhaps preparing some surprise?
Yes. I just wanted to give you a surprise. That's why I didn't want you to know. How about this? Why don't you go wash up first?
Alright.
The film was translated and narrated by M Media.
Since I've already caught you, why not tell me? What surprise are you preparing?
This is the surprise I prepared.
This is the surprise you're talking about.
You know I like red. You put it on. You look especially beautiful.
Do you find me alluring in this dress? Or is it the scent on this dress that's alluring?
What do you mean?
I somehow feel that. The fragrance on this robe is a bit like the one on Teacher Pao and I. Could it be that during today's test, you developed feelings for her?
I went through so much trouble to make you Mrs. Lee. You should understand me.
It's because I understand you. That I know what kind of person you are. Before the wedding, I have to be wary of any woman. I don't want to end up like Lin Peng. You have quite a few tricks up your sleeve.
After all these years, you've put in so much effort to replace someone else and become Mrs. Lee. Then I'll let you experience being replaced by someone else.
What are you doing?
You really are not an easy person to deal with. Kong, what are you doing here?
I originally wanted to show you the new clothes Teacher Powney made for me. Why aren't you asleep yet?
Mommy and Dad are discussing something.
You also put on the new clothes that Teacher Powney made for you.
You're saying Teacher Pao and I made this? You made this too, right? You want me to wear clothes you made? What are you trying to do?
Mrs. Lee, what are you talking about?
Don't be stubborn there. Don't think I don't know what tricks you're trying to play.
Mommy, I was the one who asked Teacher Powney to make it for me. I wanted to wear the same clothes as Mommy, so I asked Teacher Powney to make one for you too.
Kong, did you ask Teacher Pao and I to make it for Mommy?
Mommy hits people without knowing the truth. You are a bad person.
Kong, listen to Mommy's explanation.
Does Mrs. Lee usually like to use force so much?
Only when encountering beautiful women, right?
I thought you only liked this kind.
How could that be? Of course I like you. You.
Whose woman's evidence of adultery is this?
Where did you find it?
Right under the bed.
How could it be with you?
I never saw you so affectionate when she was alive. Now that she's dead, you still can't forget her.
It's just a necklace that I forgot to throw away. You're too sensitive.
You don't have the guts. But maybe someone else does. Your appearance really does resemble that bitch. Quite a bit.
Madam, what are you talking about? I don't understand. Impossible. Shenyuo couldn't possibly recognize me.
I already had someone
The film
dispose of
was
this necklace a long time ago.
translated and narrated by
How could it
M
be in your
Media.
hands?
I found this under the bed. I thought it was yours, madam, so I kept it safe for you.
Kept it safe for me? Listening to your tone, you think you were the mistress here.
Enough, stop making trouble.
Feeling sorry for her?
What nonsense are you talking about?
Chairman Lee, are you alright?
How come I didn't notice before? these seductive tricks and pretending to be pitiful with me.
It's just a necklace. Do you have to make such a fuss?
Madam, this necklace was what Miss Kong Kong wanted to leave behind first. Maybe when she was playing, it fell there and was picked up by Teacher Paonai. In the future, don't let Kong Kong see these dirty things again. If you do, pack your things and get out. Yes, I understand, madam.
Now that things are clear. Apologize to Teacher Paonai.
Teacher Paonai, I misunderstood you.
It's good that you're all right, madam.
Next week is my and Chairman Lee's wedding. I will invite all the prominent figures in Zhongsheng. I hope you can teach Kong Kong to dance well and amaze everyone. Don't embarrass me and Chairman Lee.
A child. Dancing this kind of neither male nor female dance every day. Stop dancing.
Lin Feng is just preparing for the program at the reception.
He wants to dance at my reception. Dancing this kind of neither male nor female dance. If outsiders find out, where can I put my face?
What are you talking about? How can dancing make you lose face?
On the day of the reception, he shouldn't dance either. It's best if he doesn't show up, to avoid embarrassment.
Chairman Lee. Is it okay for Kong Kong to dance at the wedding banquet?
Of course, it is. If Teacher Paonai could join us, that would be even better.
As an outsider, I'm naturally not suited to appear at Chairman Lee and Madam Lee's wedding. The spotlight is better left to your family.
It's good that you know you're an outsider.
Lee Wanliang, since you're so afraid of being humiliated, I'll make sure you're humiliated enough.
Kong Kong,
Daddy,
you go play by yourself.
Go on.
Teacher Paonai, you look beautiful today.
If Madam Lee heard that, she'd give you trouble again. Where is Madam?
Probably busy with social engagements.
The banquet is about to begin. It can't do without the bride.
But it seems to me that Teacher Paonai is more like the bride.
The film was
Madam,
translated.
the
and
wedding banquet
narrated
is about
by
to
M.
begin.
Media.
Is this your family's new maid? How come I haven't seen her before? She's our Kong Kong's tutor. Lin Paonai.
I knew it. So beautiful. How could she be a servant?
Tutor is also a kind of servant. Shen Nuo, isn't this dress yours? I gave it to her. I think Teacher Paonai, this outfit suits her very well.
I rarely attend such grand occasions, so I don't have an evening dress.
But I remember this dress was a scam. It's a fake. It's that fake. I think it suits Teacher Paonai very well. Do you all think it matches? Very match.
Buying fake clothes is a small matter. What if you encounter insincere people? The trouble will be big.
Who are you calling insincere?
This gentleman looks familiar.
This is your wife's cousin. Also the manager of the Lee Group.
I also feel like I've seen Teacher Paonai somewhere before.
Teacher Paonai wouldn't have a side job, would she? Done business with my cousin?
I think Madam should concentrate on playing cards. Sometimes playing cards is like life. One careless move, and you'll lose everything.
800,000. I win. Shen Nuo, you're really my good opponent. Victory or defeat is common in military affairs. I can afford to lose this little money. It's just that some people don't even have the qualifications to get on the table. Let's go. My wedding is about to begin.
The good show is also about to begin.
Con, did you hold the wrong person?
Công, your mother is here. How could you think? Teacher Pawnee is your mother.
In my days, I feel that Teacher Pawnee is more like my mother.
From today on, Shen Nuo is my Li Wanliang's wife, is also the chairman's wife of the Li group. We will definitely make the Li group operate, flourishing.
Thank you all for your blessings tonight. With the help of everyone, Li Corporation will be able to grow and develop more and more.
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Who did this? Is it you? Did you do it? Did Lin Peng ask you to do this? We did it according to your instructions. We don't even know why. The photo changed. It must be you.
Madam, I just came to this family not long ago. I don't know anything.
Just now, Kong. Did you ask him to do this too? Do you want to be Mrs. Li?
The entire Li family was
The film
originally
was
mine.
translated and
You stole my
narrated by
things.
M Media.
What are you saying, madam?
Don't you know? This Li's group was originally Lin's group. It is the family property of Li Wanliang's ex-wife, Lin Peng. So you're saying, this Chairman Li of ours is actually a gigolo?
How long has it been since the last Mrs. Li died? And he's already remarrying.
Saying that Lin Peng's death is related to this new Mrs. Li.
What the hell are you talking about? How could her death possibly be related to me? Get out of here, all of you.
I'm sorry, everyone. There was a little accident tonight. The family banquet ends here. Everyone, please go back. Please.
Clear this away for me.
All right.
What? You've taken a fancy to Teacher Pawnee?
You are emotionally unstable right now. I don't want to argue with you.
Don't want to argue or feeling guilty? I see you're very satisfied with the setup of your family of 3.
What are you doing here?
I came to see how madam is doing.
Madam has already taken a sleeping pill. She's already asleep.
How did the previous Mrs. Li die?
Why are you asking this?
Madam seems to have suffered a great shock. It feels like something happened before.
Don't ask what you shouldn't ask. Get out.
What are you doing?
You know what I want to do.
Shouldn't you be in the room with your Mrs. Li?
From today on, she is officially Mrs. Li. So, my company is not that important anymore.
Chairman Li is like hunting. Once a prey is caught, it can be discarded immediately and turned to a new target.
But, The process of hunting is what's exciting.
But I don't want to become your prey.
What? Am I not good enough for you?
Because you're too spineless.
What do you mean?
Mrs. Lee, why are you out here?
You lied to me.
This is not a lie. It's a test. Shenyo, you only just became my Mrs. Lee today, and you can't wait to find a new love. Although I really want to agree to you, I'm afraid I'll end up like the previous Mrs. Lee. I don't know when. I'll be murdered.
Who told you the previous Mrs. Lee was murdered?
Tonight. Isn't that what everyone is saying?
You always mention her in front of me. Could it be that you knew the previous Mrs. Lee?
If I knew her. The first time I met you, she was already dead.
So, you see, you are different from them. I will give you everything. The best.
Men's words are the least trustworthy. Especially impotent men.
Who are you calling impotent?
You are impotent. Li Wanliang, you beast, let me go.
Today, I'll let you know whether I'm potent or not.
Let me go. Li Wanliang, you beast. I will let you know what true pain is.
Mommy.
Kong? Kong, don't be afraid. Mommy's here. Now that we've come this far, then a family of 3 could be the 3 of us. Mrs. Lee. Or it could be me.
Please show me your ID.
I'm accompanying the Lee family's second young master. Lee Yunfin came with me.
You can know our Lee groups. Second young master, stop kidding.
Believe it or not, when the second young master arrives, you'll have neglected his VIP guest. Be careful not to be able to handle the consequences.
No matter who comes, no one is allowed in without an invitation. Move. Mrs. Lee,
Such an important day today. Why is someone causing trouble?
I don't know where she's from. Insisting that she is the second young master's VIP guest.
You really are a persistent ghost. Shameless. You should choose the occasion.
It's her. Insisting that she is the second young master's VIP guest. I haven't settled the score with you from last time. I didn't expect you to come to my door yourself.
Before you make a move, I advise you to think carefully first. If you offend me, you offend the Lee group. When the time comes, if the Lee family blames your cousin, your good days will be over.
You're starting to believe your own lies. Are you crazy about becoming Mrs. Lee? You failed to seduce Li Wanliang, and now you want to seduce the Lee family's second young master?
Li Wanliang is trash, but you treat him like a treasure.
You?
Right. Me. I'm not only Li Yunfen's honored guest, but also his fiancée. Maybe we'll be sisters-in-law in the future. I advise you to show some respect.
You're getting more and more outrageous. I haven't heard anything about the Lee family's second young master having a fiancée.
You tried to fool me with that last time. This time, in front of Mrs. Lee. You're still using this trick. You're really audacious.
Who doesn't know that our Lee family's second young master is studying abroad? Even if he comes back, it's for business negotiations. As his sister-in-law, I haven't even seen him a few times, let alone you, a teacher.
Cousin, don't waste your breath on her. Hand her over to me today. I guarantee I'll train her until she's completely submissive.
In broad daylight, don't get any funny ideas.
What about broad daylight? This is the Lee group's territory. I'm Mrs. Lee. I can do whatever I want.
You'd better wait until the second young master arrives before making a decision.
Don't listen to her nonsense. Cousin, I'm leaving her to you.
Let's see who can save you this time. Second young master is here.
I'm late. Are you alright?
I'm fine.
It's you.
You know each other?
He's the one who played the hero to save the beauty last time.
The
kid who impersonated Chairman Lee.
Lin Pao and I, impressive. Putting on a full show, even hiring extras?
How dare you? How dare you speak disrespectfully to the second young master? You must be tired of living. Do you know who's standing in front of you? She is Mrs. Lee. Of the Lee group.
Do your homework before impersonating someone. Or else, you'll easily run into trouble.
Big Brother's taste is getting worse and worse. No wonder the Lee group has been turned into such a mess by him.
I think this lady is a perfect match for your big brother.
It seems that if I don't use some drastic measures, you won't know how powerful I am. Someone,
Madam,
get these two eyesores out of my sight.
I'd like to see who dares.
Would you like to call your chairman Lee to confirm a few things? Don't overdo it.
Then I will let you die a little more clearly. Hello, darling. I'm at the party. What?
How about it? My identity. Has it been confirmed?
Confirmed. Someone, get them out of here.
What's going on? Are you mistaken?
The Lee family's second young master has returned home. He didn't come to the hotel.
What's going on?
My phone is dead. I didn't see any messages from my brother.
I don't have time to waste with you here. Suit yourselves.
You just let them off like that?
Rather than waste time with them, it's better to leave a good impression on the Lee family's second young master. Mommy, why are you here? This is my home. Do I need to report to you when I come? No, Mommy. What I mean is, if you tell me in advance, I can prepare to welcome you, listening to what you're saying. You act like you're in charge of the Lee family.
Mommy. Shen Nuo, it's not that I want to be more filial to you. To put you mind at ease.
To put your mind at ease? When are you going to give me a big grandson? That would really put my mind at ease. Mommy, don't worry. Wan Liang and I will definitely give you a big, fat grandson soon. This is our Lee family's jade bracelet of the person in power. It is to be passed on to Mrs. Lai. Whoever owns this jade bracelet. Even the veterans of the Lee Corporation. Just seeing it should still give it some respect. Mommy, you're giving it to me now? I will have a grandson. For you, when are you going to give me a grandson? I'll give it to you then. You're not giving it to me. You're giving it to your grandson. What did you say? Mommy, I said I will work hard.
Why are you in such a hurry? It's all going to be yours sooner or later.
Isn't your brother coming back soon? I'm worried that if your mommy is biased and gives it to your brother, what should we do?
He's still single. By the time he gets married, our children will be one generation after another. Even if we're comparing, he won't be able to catch up.
Wang Liang, when is your brother coming back?
Mommy,
He hasn't been back in a long time. I wonder if he's changed.
Yunfan just sent me a message. He's already on his way.
I heard Yunfan say that he's bringing his girlfriend back to meet me this time. Did you guys know about this?
Mommy, you have to keep a close eye on Yunfan.
He's not even back yet. How can I keep an eye on him? Wan Liang is right. What status does our Lee family have? Even if Yunfan finds a girlfriend, you have to check her out first, and then she can enter the Lee family's door. If he brings back someone with ulterior motives, trying to take our family's property and status, isn't that letting a wolf into the house? Are you concerned about your brother, or are you worried about Yunfan coming back and fighting with you for the family property?
Mommy, aren't you joking? We are family. Mine is naturally Yunfan's. His is still his own. As the older brother, I can't very well ask for it, can I?
Yes. Wan Liang is right. We're also doing this for your later years. If they have bad intentions, wouldn't you be upset? What you said makes sense. These young girls nowadays are very indecent. They don't even look at their own status. When they see a rich young master, they throw themselves at him. These past few years, Yunfan has been outside without me by his side. He's bound to be tempted. If he brings back someone who is a good match, that's fine. But if the difference is too great, don't even think about entering our Lee family's threshold.
Mommy, I'm back.
My precious son. You're finally back. What, it's you again? Why are you here?
What a coincidence. We meet again.
This is my second brother, Lee Yunfan.
Eldest sister-in-law. Now you should believe me, right?
It was a misunderstanding just now.
It really was a misunderstanding. Is it that eldest sister-in-law wants to take this opportunity to give your second brother, Lee Yunfan, a show of strength to show that she is the mistress of the Lee family?
You guys.
Just now at the entrance of the banquet, eldest sister-in-law treated me like an outsider and wanted people to chase me away. The security team was even called over.
Is there such a thing? How are you welcoming your second brother? I will definitely apologize to my second brother. And this is...
Right? Let me formally introduce her to everyone. This is my girlfriend, Lin Taeoni.
This bracelet is very important to me. You can't take it.
Now that you're marrying my son, this thing belongs to my son. Which means it's mine?
To be precise, I am now Yunfan's fiancé.
What?
What?
What? Mommy. You absolutely cannot agree. You don't know. This Lin Pao and I, she used to be Kong's tutor. She seduced Wan Liang, sowing discord between my husband and me. Now, I don't know what method she's using. She's hooked up with my second younger brother again. If this kind of person enters our family, I don't know how much trouble will arise. For Yunfan's sake, you have to advise him properly. What? Such a thing actually happened? Yunfan, you can't be deceived by this kind of woman. You've just returned. What kind do you want? Mommy will introduce you to someone. If you like her, play around. I won't object. After all, to be favored by my Lee family, it can be considered her honor. If you want to marry her into the family, I will resolutely disagree.
Mommy, you can't just listen to her side of the story. She keeps saying it's for my own good, but she just tried to kill me.
What are you talking about? Confused thing? If you act without any sense of propriety again, don't even think about staying in this family. What's wrong, Mommy?
Sister-in-law, I'm still here. And
The
you're
film was
slandering me so
translated
publicly,
and
in front of
narrated by
Yunfan.
M Media.
Besides, I haven't agreed to marry Yunfan yet. What are you afraid of? Are you feeling guilty? Or are you afraid that Yunfan has returned this time to compete with you for the family fortune?
You haven't even entered the Lee family's door yet, and you're already thinking about the family fortune? The mother-in-law is still here. Aren't you sincerely cursing her?
You also know that your mother-in-law is still here. Then, is it your place to speak about the matter between Yunfan and me?
You.
All right. Mommy. Yunfan. If Shen Nuo did anything wrong before, I apologize to you on her behalf, but I believe Shen Nuo didn't do it on purpose either.
Big brother, you've really worked hard these past few years. Now that I'm back, I can also share your worries regarding the group's affairs.
You!
Yunfan, I see that this family doesn't seem to welcome me very much.
Since you all know about my relationship with Taeoni, going against her is going against me.
You child. You didn't even ask me. Before bringing a daughter-in-law back. Did I agree? Don't you have to get past me first?
That's right. Yunfan, marriage is a major event. You definitely have to ask your parents before deciding. You! Moreover, with a family like ours, the Lee family, it's even more necessary.
Then, was Big Brother's marriage also arranged by his parents through a matchmaker?
That's natural.
I'm asking about Big Brother's second marriage.
What do you mean?
The mistress is in charge. Is it also the order of parents?
You? Impudent?
I'm not yet a daughter-in-law of the Lee family. You want to hit me. See if you have the right.
Is this what you brought back?
Mommy, that's not right of you. We're not married yet, and you're already using family law on her.
Is this the Lee family's way of treating guests? Yunfan, you stay here and spend time with your family. I'll go first.
We're not welcome here. I'll go with you.
Yunfan. Yunfan. Mommy, why did you hit me again? It's all your instigation. Otherwise, would my son leave? Isn't Lin Pao and I the one instigating? You don't dare hit her. You're taking it out on me. I'm not serving you anymore. Rebellion. Rebellion. All rebelling.
Mommy, calm down, please. You still have me by your side. No matter how Yunfan treats you in the future, I will treat you as well as ever. Don't worry. It's okay.
Lin Taoni, you listen to me. I do like you.
Lee Yunfan, I'm doing all this for you. Speaking of contributions to the Lee Corporation, you, compared to your brother and sister-in-law, contribute more combined. But the two of them used your studying abroad as an excuse to take control of the Lee Corporation, making you in the Lee Corporation like a nobody.
I'm sorry, Peony. I lost my composure just now. I don't want to lose you. So, I especially hope you can integrate into the family.
You should go back. You just returned to the country and already had a fight with your family. My mommy already doesn't like me. If you don't go back,
The film was
her impression of me will be
and
even worse.
narrated
Going
by
back is a must.
Media.
But I'm also taking you back with me.
Grandma, have some water. Grandma, please have some water. Teacher Powney.
Who let you in?
When King Kong was about to be hit, you hid and didn't say a word. You came running over the moment I walked in. It seems expressing your stance in front of your mother-in-law is more important than your own daughter.
Kong Kong. Come here to mommy. Don't listen to her nonsense. Lin Pao and I, you really have no shame. After being kicked out yesterday, you have the nerve to come back today. I'm the one who asked her to come back. Mommy, weren't you strongly opposed to it? Why did you let her come back again?
Didn't you see that Yunfan's heart is with her? If we kick her out, Yunfan won't come home either. What? Do you want us to be separated again? Right after we just met?
Mommy,
Trouble you, sister-in-law. Please take my luggage over there.
who do you think you are? Don't push your luck.
Look, I've only been gone for a few days. You've taught King Kong so that even mommy is unhappy. I'm going to take King Kong to tutoring now. So, I can only trouble you to help me take my luggage in. Let's go.
Mommy, look at her attitude. And she wants me to take her luggage for her. Just take it out for her. You don't expect me to take it for her, do you?
What are you doing?
Why are you with Yunfan?
What does it have to do with you?
You're doing this on purpose. You want to use Yunfan to anger me, don't you?
Yes, you're right. I'm just using Yunfan to deliberately make you angry. You clearly promised me to let me be Mrs. Lee. Not only did you go back on your word, you kicked me out of the house. I can only take revenge on you through Yunfan. Anyway, the one I want to be is Mrs. Lee. Whether I marry either one of you brothers, I don't care.
Do you really think Yunfan will treat you well? Then you're wrong.
What do you mean?
Lee Yunfan seems on the surface to have no ambition, but I'm his older brother. I know him better than you do, since he was little. He's been much more ruthless than me. He's just using you to get you to bear him a son, so he can get the shares from my mommy. Then he can become the helmsman of the Lee Group. Once he's done using you, he'll kick you away just the same.
I'm willing to be used by him. At least, I can still get some benefits.
You...
Let go. What if my fiancé sees this? That wouldn't be good.
I'll say it again. Lee Yunfan isn't as simple as you think. Don't end up in a miserable state. Don't blame me for not reminding you.
Big brother. What do you want to remind me of?
Yunfan, you're finally here. Just now, my big brother pulled me aside and said, he said there are many taboos in this house, telling me to be careful when going out at night.
Taboos. I've lived here for so many years. How come I don't know about them?
Yunfan, you've been away for so long. There are many things you don't know about this family. For safety's sake, better to believe it exists than to believe it doesn't.
It's okay. I'm here. Peony will be fine. Let's go. Let's go, brother.
Good morning, you two.
Waking up at 12 p.m. Isn't that a bit rude? Making mommy wait for you.
Don't wait for me for dinner. You guys can eat first.
Waiting for you to eat. You have quite the status. We're waiting for you to cook.
Waiting for me to cook.
You keep saying you like Yunfen. You have to do something. Show some sincerity. Otherwise, how would we know if you're sincere? Or just playing around?
But Yunfen said to let me do whatever I like.
When did he say that? I don't know about that.
If you don't believe me, you can ask him.
The company has a project in Haikang. I sent the eldest and second eldest to inspect it. They won't be back for 10 days to half a month.
What?
Taking advantage of these 10 days to half a month. I'll teach you properly. The Lee family rules.
The film was translated and narrated
No need to look.
by M.
Your
Media.
phone. I've already had the servants put it away. Mommy teaching the rules is all closed training.
I think I see what's going on. You guys are planning to take advantage of Yunfen's absence to deliberately mess with me, right?
Say whatever you want. If you want to leave, you can. But once you step out of this door, don't think about coming back. Don't think that Yunfen is supporting you. I'm afraid of you. If Yunfen dares to speak up for you again, I'll make Yunfen get out of our Lee family. Teacher Pao and I don't think you can last. Why don't you just give up? There are so many men in the world. Why fixate on Yunfen?
Shenyo is deliberately joining forces with Chin Sume to send Li Yunfen away and give me some family law. If I throw a tantrum and leave, this Li family will all fall into her hands. Okay. Isn't it just acting out a sob story? Do you dare to accept it? Don't worry, sister-in-law. I won't let mommy down.
Don't say that too soon. Our Lee family, especially the 3 meals a day. Mommy is particularly particular about the meals.
If I remember correctly, eldest sister-in-law should. You haven't been married long, have you?
Although I haven't been married long, but compared to you who hasn't even gotten to first base, I'm much more legitimate.
If we're talking about learning the rules, the eldest daughter-in-law should learn them first.
One person like you is enough in our family.
One is indeed enough. But that person isn't me.
Why?
Because I'm pregnant, and it's a boy.
A boy. Is this true?
According to the doctor. It's probably true.
Mommy, don't listen to her nonsense. She just wants to escape family law. Waiting for Yunfen to come back. To speak up for her, that's all.
This is Jiangqing First People's Hospital, the test report. It should be real, right? If you don't believe it, you can investigate. I believe Jiangqing First People's Hospital shouldn't have the guts to deceive the Li family, right?
First People's Hospital? It must be true.
Eldest sister-in-law, you say I should learn the rules. That's fine. I'm just afraid that during the process of learning the rules, if I encounter any bumps or scrapes, I'll be fine. But the child in my belly, if anything goes wrong, that wouldn't be good.
Now, you will take care of Pawani's daily life. Why me? Aren't there servants in the house? What? Is what I say no longer effective? If you have the ability, then you get pregnant with a grandson. I'll take care of you personally. If you don't have the ability, then shut your mouth and honestly do your work.
Test result.
What is eldest sister-in-law looking for?
I'm seeing if you have anything else you need. It all seems pretty complete. Call me if you need anything. What? That report is real.
That's right. I had someone confirm it. She didn't do anything to it.
This Lin Pao and I is really something. It hasn't been long since I kicked her out. And she already knows Li Yunfin. Li Yunfin has only known her for a few days. And she already has him completely infatuated. And now she's pregnant. I always feel like she's coming for the Li family. Could it be she's Lin Ping's child?
That bitch Lin Ping is dead. Didn't she have a son? Besides, he already fell off a cliff and died a long time ago.
Yes. But I always feel like this Lin Pao Ni seems like I've seen her somewhere before. Go help me investigate. I'm sure her approaching the Li family must have a purpose.
Okay.
Did you get what I asked you to get?
Are you sure? We're going to administer the medicine so directly. Could it be a threat to us?
Threat? You wait for that Lin Pao and I to give birth to the child. That will be a real threat. If this continues, the shares in Shin Sumei hand will eventually fall into that vixen's hands. This is Mommy's. The nourishing soup she asked me to make for you.
My eldest sister-in-law gave it to me. It shouldn't be an abortifacient, right?
Of course not. There are so many eyes watching in the family. Even if I had the intention, I wouldn't have the opportunity.
Then I'm relieved.
Then I won't disturb your rest.
Even if it's an abortifacient, so what? Shenyo, if you didn't harm me, I wouldn't be able to find a chance to get rid of you. I didn't expect.
The film was
You would offer yourself up.
and narrated by M.
Yunfan. Who let you in?
I should be asking you that. Who let you in?
I am the chairman of the Lee Group. Me coming in. Do I still need to ask anyone?
Chairman of the Lee Group. That was in the past. The current chairman is me. Li Wanlian, chairman of the Lee Group, used his position to embezzle company funds. Such a big hole. Dig brother. How are you going to pay it back?
If I can't fill this hole, you think you can?
He can't. But I can.
What big words? What do you think the Lee Group is? Some small workshop? What assets do you have to fill this hole?
I didn't have any to begin with. But he just gave it to me. So now
The
I
film
have
was
it.
translated
What do you mean?
and narrated by M.
I'm sorry.
Media.
That piece of land in the west suburbs was originally my family's ancestral home. So I put that piece of land up for auction. Now, the 30 billion in my hands. Is it enough to fill up the Lee's Group? This hole?
Good, Li Wanliang. You're siding with outsiders. You and this little minx are still clinging to each other? It would be fine if you were just having an affair behind my back, but now you're giving her all your wealth.
Shouldn't I thank you for that?
Thank me for what?
If you hadn't been lusting after Yunfin, I wouldn't have known about this. And I wouldn't have told Li Wanliang about it. Otherwise, we wouldn't have gotten all of this.
Good. It's all because of you, you bitch.
Li Wanliang, Lin Paoini is pregnant with your child. And now you're denying everything?
Stop talking nonsense here.
What? Scared? Afraid of what? Afraid that Li Yunfin will find out that his wife is pregnant with your child. Then he'll go crazy. Or are you afraid that your beloved is in danger? Li Wanliang. How come I didn't realize before that you're such a sentimental fool? But too bad. You hold others in your hands, but they don't take you to heart. Retribution.
Yunfen already knows about me and Li Wanliang. I originally didn't do it voluntarily. It was Li Wanliang who threatened me. I told him the child was his. But I was lying to him too, in order to make him pay me back everything he owed me.
So all of this, you were lying to me?
That's right.
Why? Why did you lie to me? Why did you do this?
Li Wanlian, I'm telling you. I'm only thinking of you as my elder brother. As long as you get out of Li's group, I won't hold anything against you. But if you're still causing trouble here, and you lay a hand on Lin Peony, what happened before? I'll repay you double. Someone. Take Li Wanlian out.
Li Yunfan. You just wait. I won't let you succeed so easily.
Are you okay? So, the child really is Li Wanlian's.
Don't even you believe me?
It's just that I've never seen. My brother cares about any woman who puts in such effort.
It's already that late, shouldn't you be going back? What if Li Wanliang comes looking for you? That would be a big problem.
Li Wanliang has nothing now. I'm not afraid of him. Anyway, going back now would be a mess. Better to hide away and have some peace.
Kong is home alone right now. What if they try to hurt Kong?
He doesn't even know Kong isn't his child. No matter what he does, he wouldn't take it out on Kong.
I'm not worried about Li Wanliang. I'm worried about that Lin Peony.
Don't worry about that. Lin Peony is still very good to Kong. Besides, she knew long ago that Kong wasn't Li Wanliang's child, but she didn't use it to threaten me.
By the way, Li Wanliang is penniless now. Will you be implicated?
Li Wanliang. I expected this day to come. You think he really had 30 billion?
That piece of land in the west suburbs, wasn't it already sold?
Such a large sum of money. It's not that fast. By the time the bank investigates, they'll find it's a bad check. Lin Peony and Li Yunfin want to use this to deal with Li Wanliang, I don't care. But if they want to implicate me, they're dreaming.
My darling is still the most thoughtful. Who is it? What are you doing?
What's going on with you?
Liu Da owes us gambling debts. Today's the due date. Are you paying back with money? Or with your life? Shen Yu, save me.
Big brother, let's talk nicely. I'll pay for him. How much money does he owe you?
20 million.
How could you owe so much money?
They set me up. You can't say that. It was all in black and white on the gambling table. You took the initiative to borrow from us. What, do you want to deny it now?
Let him go. I'll pay the money for him.
Great. Bring it here.
I don't have it on me right now. I have to go back and get it.
I think you're trying to run away, right?
He's still here. How could I run?
Go.
Okay, big brother.
You must come back and save me.
What? Okay.
What happened?
That 30 billion is a bad check. It can't be cashed at all.
Could it be that Li Wanliang had foreseen it all?
It's also possible that Shen Yu is stirring things up.
Li Yunfan, get down here. You're all liars.
What are you doing making a scene here?
You're all liars. You're all liars. Mommy. I've been cheated. 30 billion. All gone.
What? Who dares to cheat my son? Do they have a death wish? Tell mommy. Who is it?
Who else could it be? Your good son, Li Yunfan. He and Lin Powney. They're in
The film was
cahoots, stole all my money,
and narrated by
and also,
Avenges.
from the Li Corporation, drove me out.
Your daughter-in-law is right. This Lin Pownai is just not a good seed. After Yunfeng came back, she instigated him to screw over his own people. After this, won't we all be driven out of the Li family? Luckily, I kept something back.
Mommy, what did you just say?
No one knows a son like his mother. I knew it. You would be deceived by a woman sooner or later. Back then, I took the highest shares of our Li Corporation. Now the Li Corporation is still ours.
Mommy, hurry up. Quickly transfer all the money to me.
Transfer it to you, and it'll be swindled away again? Are you going to make our whole family homeless? And drink the northwest wind?
Mommy, I've already suffered once. I won't suffer a second time.
I don't think so.
My son has been deceived by you like this, and you still have the nerve to come back?
I have some news here. It's not too late to act after you hear it.
What news?
Li Wanliang, you think I deceived you, but actually, the person who deceived you is Shen Yu.
Shen Yu? Impossible.
That 30 billion is obviously just an empty check. The person who can withdraw this check, who else do you think it could be besides her?
I don't believe it. Impossible. I am her husband. I don't believe she would hurt me.
What if Li Khan is not your child?
You're talking nonsense.
How did Li Yunfen know? Li Kong is innocent. If this matter is known by the Li family, they will not treat Li Kong well. All you think about all day is wanting a grandson. Have you truly put Li Kong in your eyes? Have you truly cherished her? Do you feel sorry for her? Li Wanliang, you are not worthy to be Li Kong's father at all. Then Li Kong is just Shen Yu's own child. Mommy. A daughter-in-law is reliable, unreliable. This is not important. But this grandson is your own. This is the Li family seed. This cannot be run away from.
Wanliang, with the shares in mommy's hands, you don't have to worry about outsiders snatching our shares. With mommy around, mommy won't let you suffer.
Mommy, how can you be deceived? By her again with just a few words?
Hasn't the truth already come out? The person who deceived you is Shen Yu. Look at the time. She's not home yet. She must have run off with the money. You have the nerve to come back?
You're crazy. How dare you lay a hand on Mommy?
I give you until dawn. Move out.
This is my home. Why should we move out?
It used to be. Not anymore. What do you mean? Your son has already mortgaged the house. I bought the house. Now I am the mistress of this place.
The house was bought by you? Indeed, that 30 billion was let you take away. But it's useless. You and Li Wanliang are husband and wife. Even if you buy the house, it's still both of yours. Marital joint property. Besides, mother-in-law and Yunfen are all your relatives. You are not qualified to drive them away either.
You may not know it. Li Wanliang, in order to swallow the family property alone, has already divorced me.
You planned this all along, didn't you? That's why you faked the divorce with me. You were waiting for today.
That's right. Men are unreliable. Instead of depending on men, it's better to depend on yourself.
What ruthless methods.
Don't you want to be Mrs. Li? I'll give you the position. Now you want to marry Li Yunfen. or Li Wan Liang. Either is fine. Or those two brothers. You should be very willing, right?
You.
If you are willing to stay, I can give you a position.
Why do you think so highly of me?
You are better than your good-for-nothing brother. If you are willing to stay, I can give your family a place to live. If you can make me happy, I can also give your family monthly allowance. How about it?
You. Your little money. We don't care about it at all. Keep it for your own retirement. Yunfen, let's go.
The film was translated and narrated
guys go.
by M Media.
I'll stay.
Yunfen, are you kidding me?
This is no laughing matter.
Didn't you say that you would only love me for the rest of your life?
That was before. People change.
You heartless thing. She has schemed against us like this. And you're still being bewitched by her?
You should see clearly now. What kind of person Li Yunfan is, right?
Yunfen. I'll ask you one last time. Are you really going to stay?
I really want to stay.
You.
What kind of place is this? How can anyone live here?
All right, Mommy. Stop complaining. Right now. It's good enough that we have a place to live.
Wan Liang. Why don't you go and beg your wife? Talk to her. Ask her to let us move back. This place, I really can't stand it anymore.
Still begging her? She already kicked us out. How could she possibly let us go back, if you ask me? You might as well have Lin Powney beg Yunfan.
How can I tell your mother-in-law? Is this a scheme between you and Yunfen? Is it to get our Li family's property back from Shenyu? Paonai, how about you go beg Yunfen? Ask him to find me a decent place. Will that work?
Mommy. I want to abort the child.
What? You want to abort it? You're going to cut off our Li family's line. That won't do.
Mommy. Yunfen has already abandoned me and left. If I give birth to this child, wouldn't I just be suffering?
No. She's pregnant with the Li family's flesh and blood. This is a member of the Li family now. I say it won't do. It just won't do.
Mommy. I think you should face reality sooner.
I have shares in the Li group. I'll give them all to you. That way I can protect my precious grandson.
No way, Mommy. We only have so few shares left. If you give them to outsiders again, we'll never be able to recover.
Mommy, Big Brother is right. You still need to rely on these shares to revitalize the Li group. I can't accept this.
Those shares don't amount to much. Besides, you're giving birth to the Li family's grandson? These shares are all for the grandson. You're just holding them in trust for him.
Mommy.
Now you can rest assured. Just relax and give the Li family a grandson.
Then thank you, Mommy.
My shares have already been transferred to you. How about you help me beg Yunfen? Ask him to think of a way to get us back. This place, I'm not comfortable with you having your pregnancy here.
Jin Sumi. Do you want a grandson that badly? If I'm not carrying a boy this time, are you going to make me abort it? And then make me keep getting pregnant until I have a boy?
Who are you? How can you say such things?
Who am I? Who else could I be? Aren't I your daughter-in-law?
You? You wouldn't be lying to me, would you?
Don't you want to beg your son? Then beg him to his face. He's right outside.
This is no place for people to live. But now, you have a place to live. It's already very good. How could it be you? Where is Yunfin? Of course, he's where he should be. What have you done to Yunfin? You still understand the Li family. Without lifting a finger, you got all the shares of the Li family into your hands. Poor Li Yunfin. He was so sincere to you, and even cooperated with you in acting. But he never expected that he himself was just a pawn.
My hatred for the Li family is irreconcilable. Just seeing them makes me sick. How could I possibly let him go?
You too?
You're 30 billion. If Lin Pao and I hadn't helped me, I wouldn't have been able to get it. I've seen it clearly. Compared to you men, women are the most reliable. My son treated you well. Why did you hurt us? Why? Aren't you clear yourself? You're always grandson, grandson, grandson. Since I married Li Wanliang, have you ever given me a good look? You still have the nerve to say you treated me well. Back then, if I hadn't helped you, you wouldn't have had the chance to avoid Lin Ping and be with my son. Lin Ping that good for nothing. Without your help. I could have easily gotten rid of her too. It's a good thing Lin Pao and I helped me.
Was translated
Otherwise,
and narrated
I don't know how
by
much I would have
Avenges.
suffered in your family.
So, all of this was a scheme set up by you. Who are you? Why do you want to put our Li family in such a desperate situation?
Li Wanliang. It seems you've committed too many sins. I've been back for so long, and you still can't recognize me.
How would I know who you are?
Let me give you a hint. What she just said. Does it remind you of anything?
Impossible. Lin Ping is already dead. I saw her die.
What nonsense are you talking about?
Could it be that you are Lin Feng? What? Impossible. Didn't Lin Feng fall off a cliff? And die?
Take a look at this scar. Does it look familiar?
How is that possible?
You are Lin Feng?
How is it impossible? Back then, you had someone try to kill me and pushed me off a cliff. I was seriously injured. To survive, I had no choice but to become like this. I didn't plan to deal with you at first. I just wanted to save my mommy. I didn't expect people like you to be so inhumane.
Why are you helping me?
Shenyo, do you really think I am helping you? But I've been back for so long, I can't collect it either. So much criminal evidence of Li Wanliang.
It's the police. The police are here to arrest us. What should we do? Wanliang.
Shenyu, you can't just stand by and watch me die. All of this. We did it together.
Don't make false accusations. The evidence all points to you plotting for money and murder. It has nothing to do with me.
You're not waiting for her to save you, are you? She can't even save herself. Shenyo, you don't really think you can escape this, can you?
You have no evidence. Be careful or I'll sue you for slander.
I have no evidence. But Liu Da does. You guys still don't know, do you? Li Kong is not Li Wanliang's biological daughter. Her father is Liu Da. Liu Da is not Shenyo's brother either, but her secret lover.
No. It's all you. If it weren't for you, how could we have become like this?
Don't be fooled by her. Haven't you learned your lesson in the past few days?
Liu Da owes gambling debts. He's been waiting for you to help him pay it off. I didn't expect you to kick him away. I paid off that gambling debt for him. But this money was well spent. I bought a lot of your secrets. The lives of you few. Can't bring back my mother's life. Letting you just be sanctioned by the law is really letting you off cheap.
Taoni, are you okay? What just happened?
Yunfin, why are you only here now?
Mommy. I was originally according to plan, waiting for your news at home. But unexpectedly, Shenyu framed me. She drugged me and tied me up in the bedroom. Luckily, I arrived in time.
Shenyu saw the money and became greedy, wanting to take all the money for herself. So she planned all of this. She even called the police and arrested your brother.
Li Wanlian has done so many bad things. He deserves it. Too bad. Shenyu ran away.
The police will definitely catch her.
It's good that you and mommy are okay.
Yunfen, go take care of the company's business first. Mommy here. I'll take care of it.
Okay.
How did you get in here?
Don't shout. Or I'll kill you with one knife.
What do you want?
I want to get back everything I lost. Don't run. If you run, I'll tell Li Yunfen. Your real identity. You tell me. If he knows your real identity, is his nephew? What will he think?
You want money. Even if I give it to you. You're wanted outside. You can't spend it. And you can't escape.
Whether I can escape or not is my business. You just need to do as I say. The scene, does it feel familiar? You and Li Yunfen before. We're putting on a show for me right here. This time is different. I'm going to do it for real.
Did you have to choose this place for the transaction?
Then I have to thank you. This place has a good view. There's no one anyway. Even if there's any commotion, no one will notice. When Li Yunfen arrives later, don't even think about making any small moves.
Shenyu. Release Lin Peony.
You came pretty fast. Looks like he's quite sincere to you.
I've already called the police. I advise you to surrender immediately.
Is that so? Then if the police come, I'll perish in the sea of fire. Together with your sweetheart.
You. Shenyu. I advise you not to act rashly.
As long as you don't act rashly, I won't act rashly. Did you bring what I asked for?
According to your request, I opened an account overseas. 30 billion is all in it. And the satellite phone you wanted. As well as the ferry. It's all done. Inspect it.
Not bad. Once you give me this, then Lei's group will just be an empty shell.
I don't care. Release her immediately.
Lin Pao and I, Lin Pao and I. It's Lin Pao and I again. Why is it that all of you are so infatuated with her? I really don't understand. Say, if they knew your true identity, would their love for you remain unchanged? Are you scared? Yes. I did promise you that I wouldn't say it, but I'm a person without credibility. Do you love her? No matter what kind of person she is, no matter what she has done, you will love her, right?
Yes.
Then do you know? She is your former sister-in-law, Lin Ping's son? Do you still love her? Then do you know? He approached you. Just to use you. Because your brother killed his mother and tortured her to death? You think he's really pregnant with your child? He's your nephew. How could he be pregnant with your child?
Is what she's saying true?
The film was translated and narrated
Loving your
by
own
M
nephew,
Media.
loving him for so long, don't you feel disgusted? Moreover, he wants to send your whole family to jail. You think it was me who tied you up in the bathroom? Actually, it was all his idea. To get rid of me, the next target is you. We are on the same side. Let's go abroad together. We have so much money. Life will be as good as it gets.
You're not talking. So that means you agree.
Burn him. Our secret will be safe with no one knowing. Do it? You really called the police?
Don't go.
Let go of me. For that person, you don't even want your life anymore?
You did so many bad things. You deserve it.
Yunfen, Yunfen.
Let's go.
Yunfen.
Let go of me.
2 years later.
Teacher Powney, you were supposed to take me camping today.
I'm sorry, Kong. Teacher Powney, today, I have a few important meetings to attend. So I don't have time to be with Kong. I see. Kong, today, stay at home with Grandma first. After I finish this busy period, I'll take Kong to go sea fishing.
Really? That's great.
Chairman Lin. The old lady is on a hunger strike again. Don't eat.
What's wrong? She's throwing a tantrum again. If you don't eat, your body will collapse. I won't let you die so early. You have to watch and see our Lin family rise again. If she doesn't want to eat, don't force her for now. If she's hungry, she will naturally eat.
Okay, Chairman Lin.
It's been 2 years. The Li group has completely collapsed. Li Wanliang and Chen Yo have also been executed. I can be considered to have avenged my great revenge. But why do I still feel in my heart that there is something I haven't let go of? Is it because I still haven't let go of him?
Are you okay? Is anything hurt? Any problems? Captain, the fire is out. Only one unconscious woman was found at the scene.
Only one person. Shouldn't there be 2 people?
We have cleared the scene. Only one person was found indeed.
Impossible. This is impossible.
Don't get excited. It's possible he woke up on his own and left on his own. Or maybe. Or what? Or at the moment of the explosion. Was.
If you died, why isn't there any trace at the scene? But if you're still alive, where did you go? Will you come back to me? Enter. Documents for the meeting later. Are you all ready?
The several partners we scheduled to meet with today have all canceled our meetings.
Why?
A wealthy overseas businessman surnamed Liu has recently come to Zhongcheng. They heard the news, and they're all scrambling to meet with that Chairman Liu.
Chairman Liu.
Who are you? Who let you in?
Liu Chong, son of Liu Zhenglong.
Chairman Lin, hello. My name is Liu Chong.
I and you shouldn't have a work appointment, right?
Do you know how many companies there are in Zhongcheng that want to discuss cooperation with me? I didn't go to any of them. You is the first.
You're that wealthy overseas businessman? Chairman Liu?
No. Chairman Liu is my father. I am his son. You can call me Young Master Liu.
I'm sorry, young Master Liu. I didn't know your identity just now. I was negligent. Go make a cup of coffee for young Master Liu.
Okay.
In my coffee. Add a piece of cheese. Would you like a cup of coffee?
Can you add some cheese to it?
You also like cheese in your coffee?
Who else would like that?
A former friend.
Then I have a chance. I must meet this friend of yours. Li Yunfen. I'm sorry. Young Master Liu. You also like drinking coffee with cheese.
Who else would like it?
I once had a friend.
Then if there's a chance, I definitely want to get to know this friend of yours.
Impossible. This isn't Li Yunfen's face. But in the world, how can there be so many coincidences? There's actually someone else who likes to drink coffee with cheese.
What are you thinking about?
I'm thinking, why did young Master Liu choose to cooperate with Linka first?
I have high standards. When it comes to discussing cooperation, I definitely want to cooperate with the largest company in Zhongcheng. I don't like those small fries. I think you should also want to cooperate with me very much, right?
Then I don't know what Chairman Liu has taken a fancy to in our Linka.
That piece of land in the west suburbs.
And narrated by M.
West
Media.
suburbs? That's just an abandoned wasteland. There's no value in developing and utilizing it.
If you don't see any value in it, sell it to me. You won't have any losses. I can offer a high price. 30 billion.
30 billion? He seems to know about the former Li family's affairs.
Of course. You can also consider it carefully. This is my card. When you've thought it over, call me anytime.
Chairman Lin, this 30 billion can just solve our Linky Group's capital turnover problems. Why don't you agree?
Assistant, can you help me look into something? Young Master Liu, what is their true identity after all? How is the old lady today?
The old lady is quite happy, sitting in a wheelchair eating an apple, eating and laughing.
Why the sudden change of heart? Not looking gloomy, and she knows to eat snacks now.
After your friend came this afternoon, she's been this happy.
Friend? What friend?
In the afternoon, a well-dressed gentleman came to visit the old lady with gifts. Said he was your friend.
What did the old lady say to him?
Said nothing, but the old lady saw him, was very happy. Like she was seeing her own son.
What? Could it be Li Yunfen? Really isn't dead? Hello. About the last time I asked you to investigate that young Master Liu. Any news?
Yes, this young Master Liu is indeed the son of overseas tycoon Liu Zhenglong. But this son is whom Liu Zhenglong met when he returned to China to look for relatives and recognized in the country 2 years ago, not the one Liu Zhenglong raised from childhood.
2 years ago.
That's right. It is said that this tycoon had been married once in China before going abroad. After the divorce, he went abroad alone. Did not know that his wife was pregnant at the time.
So that means this young Master Liu is Liu Zhenglong's ex-wife's child.
Yes, Liu Zhenglong is especially fond of his son. Precisely because of this, he chose to settle in China.
May I ask if this is young Master Liu?
It's me. Who is this? Lin Taoni.
You said before you wanted that piece of land in the west suburbs.
That's right.
Then we'll meet in the west suburbs later to discuss it together. About the land in the west suburbs.
We've been in Jiangkang for quite some time now. I've rested for so long. When will you take me to see your mother's grave?
Liu Zhenglong, the biological father of Lin Peony.
So many years? Your mother didn't have it easy with you either. If I hadn't come back from abroad last time, I wouldn't have known I had a son like you. I'm sorry to her. I want to say sorry to her sooner. Otherwise, my heart will always be sad.
I told you before. After I avenge Mommy, I'll take you to pay respects to her. This is also the promise I made to my mommy when I left Zhongcheng back then.
That link group you mentioned, Boss Lin Paoni uses tricks to turn the Lin group into her own company through a reshuffle. You want revenge, so you want to bring down Link Group? I am in Jiangkang, and I have some connections. As long as I take action, I believe Link Group won't be able to hold on for long either.
I said, I will do it myself.
Okay, what do you need? Just tell me.
Don't worry. I will definitely do it as soon as possible.
Dad, you've been too partial lately, haven't you?
Liu Pingyuan, the daughter of Liu Zhenglong.
Staying abroad when you could be somewhere better. But you insist on coming to this small place, Zhongcheng.
How can Jiangkang be a small place? Your father is from Jiangkang. I think you are now blinded by that Liu Chang.
Liu Chong, the son of Liu Zhenglong.
Whatever he says, you agree to all these years. I feel like I owe him
The
too
film was
much.
translated and
I want to make up
narrated
for
by
it.
Media.
Do you guys have any objections?
Dad, that's not what we mean. You can make up for it. Sure. I always feel that. There's something wrong with my elder brother.
Sister, you've noticed it too?
He doesn't look like our dad. And his personality is even more unlike anyone from the Liu family. Besides, taking advantage of Dad's return to look for relatives, this son came to our door himself. Not quite right. Isn't that too much of a coincidence?
You two are not allowed to question Liu Chang's identity in front of me.
Since it's been 2 years, and my younger siblings still have concerns about me, then why don't we just do a paternity test?
Changer, you've heard all this. Besides, with Liu Chong, that's not what I meant. Since I've already recognized you as my son, I won't have any doubts. Doing a paternity test will only hurt the relationship between us as father and son.
Tin Yuan and Liu Chong's concerns are not wrong. If we don't do a paternity test, it will instead hurt my brotherly affection with my younger siblings.
How about this? I know a doctor. I'll have them come here tomorrow to take samples from you.
No problem.
Thank you, young Master Liu.
How have you been considering it? Do you want to sell me that piece of land?
Li Yunfen, you went through so much trouble to come back. You don't just want this piece of land, do you?
Li Yunfen. Who is it?
You revealed so much information to me. Aren't you just trying to get me to guess who you are? I've already guessed it. Why don't you dare to admit it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I have surveillance cameras at my home. You're using my friend's name to meet with Chin Sume. She's lying in bed. A half-paralyzed person constantly contemplating suicide. How could she suddenly change after seeing you? Even her condition has improved a lot. The person she met is either a miracle doctor or is her closest relative. Besides, how could a partner visit the other party's family first?
That's right. I am Li Yunfen.
You're not dead.
I'm not only not dead, but I'm also living well.
Do you still hate me?
I don't hate you. On the contrary, I'm especially grateful to you.
Grateful for what?
If I hadn't impersonated you, how could I have become Liu Zhenlan's son? Thank you for letting me see the true faces of the people around me.
So this land is just a front?
No. I really want this land. I want to develop a cemetery to bury all my loved ones inside.
Li Yunfen, let go of me. Don't you dare.
You ruined my family. Didn't you ever think that I would come back for revenge one day?
Your family's ruin wasn't because of me. It was your whole family's fault. The Li Corporation was originally our family's. It was your elder brother, your mother, and Chenyuo who conspired together to frame my family to death. You want to avenge them? Fine. Come on. Yunfen. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have used you.
What's the use of saying sorry? I want you to compensate me double.
What do you want?
I want the Linky Group I want you to get out of John Chang.
Okay. Then we'll see if you have the ability to do so. Give me back the hat. Goodbye for now.
Lin Taoni. You took away my family. Don't blame me for taking everything from you.
Dr. Zhao, how long will the results be out tomorrow? Earliest tomorrow. When the time comes, I will send it by express delivery to everyone's house.
Thank you, Dr. Zhao.
Chairman Liu, this pendant of yours, I seem to have seen it somewhere before.
Really?
Maybe I remembered it wrong. After all, I don't know much about these things. There are a lot of them that look the same, and I can't tell them apart.
To be honest, Dr. Zhao, this pendant of mine was specially designed and crafted by someone. Back then, a pair was made. This one is on me. The other one is with my ex-wife.
May I ask, what's your ex-wife's name?
Lin Ping.
The film was translated
Lin Ping?
and narrated by
This name?
Media.
I seem to have heard it somewhere too. Mr. Liu, have you found your ex-wife?
My ex-wife has already passed away. But luckily, heaven has blessed me, allowing me to find my son, Liu Chang.
Dad, is this really my son? We'll have to wait for tomorrow's test results to be released before we can know for sure.
Pin Yuan, how can you say that? Dr. Zhao is still here.
It's okay, Mr. Liu. It hasn't been easy for you to reunite with your son. Father and son are connected at heart. It shouldn't be wrong.
Dr. Zhao, I'm sorry for the embarrassment.
Hello, is this Dr. Zhao from John Chang Central Hospital? There's something that needs to be tested. Help me switch the package. I need to ensure that the test results are accurate. Name your price.
Dr. Zhao,
Lin Pao Nai? What brings you here to see me?
I heard you were transferred to Jiangqing to work at the Central Hospital, so I hurried over to see you. Am I disturbing your work?
No, not at all. Of course not. How do you have this necklace?
Is there anyone else who has this necklace?
Dr. Zhao, do you have a package to mail?
It's this one. Please expedite it for me and deliver it as soon as possible.
Are you going to work?
It's just a paternity test result. Is it that overseas businessman?
Overseas businessman. Yu Zhenglong.
How do you know this person?
I know his son, Liu Chang.
This is Liu Chang and Liu Zhenglong's paternity test report.
You just said. Is there anyone else who has this necklace?
This exact same necklace. That Liu Zhenglong also has one. And also said what? That it was a pair custom made for him and his ex-wife. There are two in the world? I think he's just talking nonsense.
That Liu Zhenglong. What else did he say?
He said his ex-wife's name was Lin Ping. This Liu Chang is his child with his ex-wife.
Lin Ping.
Mommy, why are you staring at this necklace? Did Dad give you this necklace?
Fenger, why did you suddenly wake up?
Mommy, don't I have a dad?
It's not that Fenger doesn't have a dad. It's just that Fenger's dad went to a very far place. Go to sleep.
Could it be that Liu Zhenglong is my dad? So it turns out that Liu Zhenglong is really my father. But how would Liu Chang know all this? How could he recognize it? Liu Zhenglong, such an irrelevant person, for my father.
I want to develop a tombstone to bury all my beloved ones. Inside. You are also someone I once loved. Do you want to enjoy the feeling of being the first to move in here?
No. Li Yunfen wants to retaliate against me by targeting my family first. Dr. Zhao, please tell me Liu Zhenglong's address. It's very urgent. I don't have time to explain so much to you.
Chairman Liu, this is your paternity test report.
DNA report.
What are the results?
Yes, yes. Is Liu Chang really our eldest brother? Liu Chang. My biological son.
Dad. Continue on. What are the results? Am I my dad's biological son?
Big brother. Your dad's biological son.
I knew it. Big brother looks like he's one of the family. Sister, you didn't believe it before. Do you believe it now?
Lu Chong, you waiter vain.
Ting Yuan did the right thing.
Big brother. About what happened before. I was very offensive. From now on, we should get along well.
No problem. By the way, to celebrate, I've prepared a gift for everyone. Let's go. I'll drive. I'll take you to see that gift right away.
Open the door. Open the door. Is anyone here? Just got the test results. Where did everyone go? Li Yunfen. What exactly do you want to do?
Brother, didn't you say you had a gift for us? Why did you bring me to a place like this?
This is the gift I'm giving Dad.
Liu Chang. What do you mean? You're giving Dad a gift? Are you really giving him a tombstone? Dad is so good to you. Aren't you deliberately bringing bad luck to Dad?
Of course, I want to give your whole family a plot in a cemetery, but now is not the time yet. Dad, don't you want to see my mommy? Today, I'm bringing you to see her.
Really? You're saying Lin Peng is here?
Big brother, you're saying this is your mommy's tombstone? Why is there not even a name on the tombstone?
My mommy was murdered back then. I'm afraid the enemies won't even let her rest in peace after death. Therefore, I didn't engrave a name.
The Lin family is also one of the best in Jiangkang. Who would dare to murder your mother?
It was a woman named Lin Peony.
The film
Lin
was
Paoni,
translated and
your mother,
narrated by
afterwards,
Media.
didn't she marry a man named Li Wanliang? Li Wanliang is the real murderer, right?
Lin Peony is Li Wanliang's lover. She set a trap back then to trick my mother into marrying him. After the marriage, she used Li Wanliang again to shuffle the Lin group into the Li group. Later, she used the leverage in her hand again to send Li Wanliang to prison.
Big brother, are you sure a woman could accomplish so much?
What? Tin Yuan. You don't believe what I'm saying.
Big brother, it's not that I don't believe you. It's just what you're saying now is too unbelievable. Besides, if Lin Paonai is acting recklessly, Big brother, didn't you do anything?
To be honest, this Lin Peony used to be my girlfriend.
That's explosive.
Back then, I thought Lin Peony approached me just because she liked me. Later, I realized that she was colluding with that Li Wanliang, acting in cahoots, after I discovered her affair with Li Wanliang and her plan. She didn't hesitate to try to kill me. Luckily, Dad saved me. I know. You might not believe me when I say this. Dad.
This is that Lin Paoni.
That's right.
Where is she? I want to avenge your mother.
Dad, don't get excited yet. This matter might not be as serious as you think.
It's not serious enough. Don't tell me. You don't believe what your big brother is saying.
Dad, that's not what I meant.
Then what do you mean? You don't believe me? Or you don't believe your big brother?
Dad. Please, calm down. This Lin Peony, after learning that you've returned to Zhongcheng, will definitely take action. I don't know when. She might come to our door herself. I don't know what reason or excuse. She used to harm us.
Li Yunfen.
Speak of the devil.
This is that Lin Peony. She's really walking right into the trap.
Li Yunfen, is this your way of getting revenge on me? Replacing my identity, finding Liu Zhenglong to acknowledge you, and then provoking our relationship to make us fight each other so you can reap the benefits?
Li Yunfen, is this the new identity you've given me? What script am I holding this time?
Liu Chang. Take her back for me. I want to get justice for Lin Ping.
Do you have the right, if you hadn't left without saying goodbye back then, leaving her all alone? The things that happened after wouldn't have happened. Now you regret it and want to get justice for her? It's a pity that you can't even recognize whose child is yours and hers. Do you have the right?
Everything you've done. Changer has already told me. You still want to use the same old tricks to deal with me? I'm not like those people you've met before.
Of course you're different from them. Because you are inferior to them. I never wanted to deal with you at all. Don't you want him to be your son? Then you can be his dad. I think the two of you, father and son, are a perfect match. Also, let me tell you, Lin Ping's tombstone isn't here. If she knew that after her death, you would come to her grave to disgust her, I imagine that even in the afterlife, she wouldn't be at peace. Li Yunfen. I originally felt guilty towards you, but now that you've done so many things, I think what's between us should be cleared up.
Why did you knock her out? Are you afraid that this Lin Pao and I will reveal some of your secrets?
Continue on. Say whatever you want. I believe in Dad. He will naturally have his own judgment.
Take her back to me.
Wake her up for me.
Big brother, what are you planning to do with this Lin Pao and I?
The bad thing she did to my mommy. I want her to compensate 1,000 times over.
Big brother, if you really have evidence of Lin Pao and I harming Lin Ping, you can hand those over to the police. We are all legal citizens. We can't do these things. This set of extrajudicial punishment.
Ping Yuan, you disappoint me too much. Even now. You still don't believe your big brother?
I'm just afraid you're being used. Just now Lin Pao and I said that big brother replaced her identity. Why would she say that?
She wants to get close to my dad. And then, like occupying the Lin family, occupy our Liu family.
I've checked. The hospital records from back then show that Lin Ping gave birth to a baby boy. This Lin Paoni is a girl. How could she be my child? How could Liu Chang impersonate her?
What if something went wrong in the middle?
Get out of here.
That's not what I meant. Don't blame me for not reminding you. You make your own decisions about what happens next. Are you planning to stay here? Or come with me?
In this lifetime, the person I'm most sorry to is Lin Ping. What a cruel heart you have. Not only did you seize her family property, and made sure she didn't die peacefully, you've ended up where you are today. And you can't blame anyone else.
If you really feel you owe my mommy, then do it yourself. Go and get revenge.
What do you have to say now?
If I have a next life, I hope my mommy can find someone who truly loves her. I also don't want to be your child.
Nor would I have a child like you. This necklace of yours, where did you get it?
I picked it up on the street. I picked it up from the trash can. Is that any of your business?
Who exactly are you?
You are the main culprit who killed Lin Ping. Weren't you going to execute me? Come on, then. Hurry up and do it.
The film was translated
What's going on?
and
Thanks to you and your
narrated
daughter.
by M Media.
I've finally gotten my revenge.
Changer. What do you mean by that? Open the door. Let me out. King Yuan. Liu Chong, why would Dad suddenly ask us to go to the company?
Maybe it's because there's something important. Now he's blinded by hatred. He can't get away.
He should tell us himself. We have to have our big brother tell us.
What company? Liu Chong told you.
Yes.
No. Something's happened. Dad,
Dad. Dad's still inside.
what are you waiting for? Hurry up and save him. Dad,
Dad. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. I didn't know. You suffered so much.
The one you should be sorry to isn't me. It's Lin Ping. It's my mommy.
Actually, the first time I saw you, I should have known you were my son. Because you and Lin Ping look so alike.
If you hadn't pretended to believe me, Li Yunfen wouldn't have revealed his true colors.
How are you so sure I would choose to believe you?
If you see this necklace and still don't believe me, then your feelings for my mommy are all fake. I won't let you off easily.
Speak of the devil.
Lin Ping, is that you? I was so foolish. I almost killed my own child.
Until the very last moment, no one can be sure whether a miracle will happen.
If a miracle does happen, I will definitely make it up to you 100-fold.
you're awake.
You are.
My name is Liu Ping Yuan. This is Liu Chong.
Where's Liu Chang?
Who's Liu Cheng? You mean Li Yunfan? He's done so many bad things. He knows he can't escape punishment. My second sister and I just rescued you and Dad not long ago. He surrendered himself.
He surrendered himself.
Right.
About everything. Dr. Zhao has told us everything. You suffered so much before. Now, you can finally live a good life. You are a big brother.
Big brother? Shouldn't it be big sister?
Yes. Is big sister. How is Liu Zhanglong?
Suffered some minor injuries, nothing serious. The two of us, let him go back first. Here, just me and Liu Chong. Taking care of you is enough.
Then, I'll have to ask you. Dad, I'll leave the company to you for now.
Why not stay in Jiangkang? Is it because you still resent me in your heart?
Staying here will bring back too many bad memories for me. Now everything can be considered settled. You stay here with my mommy. I also want to start my own new life.
Sister, we're finally reunited. Now you're leaving again. I really don't want to let you go.
Once I've settled down, you are welcome to come and find me. Let's go, Concom. The driver is still waiting for us.